So, what's going on with these bogs? The same as what's been going on with everything so far up to now is Agenda 30, Agenda 40. But they hope for these bogs, they want to have them all done by the end of this year. By the end of 2026 is their plan. So they're going to come in heavy and hard. What's going on with these bogs? People think it's just about saving the bogs or climate protection, but dig deeper and a much bigger picture starts to emerge. Ireland's boglands are now being reframed as carbon assets, biomass feedstock and battery material resources for the new green industrial economy. The language gives it away. There's feedstock, battery grade, graphene-like materials, carbon credit, supply chain, and what they are researching is the conversion of carbon-rich biological material from bog systems into hard carbon and graphene-like materials, from sodium-ion batteries, supercapacitors, conductive inks and other advanced technologies. In plain English, bog biomass into carbon processing, into hard carbon, into battery materials, into profit. And this is why farmers are increasingly under pressure through climate regulations, re-wetting schemes, carbon targets, biodiversity restrictions and 2030 policy frameworks. Once the land is classified as carbon sink or strategic environmental zone, control slowly shifts away from local communities and towards state bodies, NGOs, carbon markets, research institutions and corporate interests. The bog stops being heritage, family land, traditional turf land or a living ecosystem and becomes a carbon bank, a biomass resource and a battery material and part of the global green finance system. And people wonder why rural Ireland feels under attack. It's not just about emissions, it's about who controls the land, the carbon, the resources and ultimately the future built on top of them. So, Ireland's really committed to all of this. It really is. You got to ask questions like who owns the carbon credits, who profits from the biomass, who owns the patents and processing technologies, who benefits from the green transition, and what happens to the Irish farmer once his land becomes part of a global carbon and battery economy. It's gone way beyond saving the planet, it really is. It's gone into the financialization and industrialization of nature itself, really. So it's really sinister what's going on. They want the bogs because they need them for their data centers. It's all about data centers, isn't it? And their technological agenda here. It's to get rid of nature and bring in technology, and the foreigners that they're bringing here are already accustomed to it in their own countries. So they are. So they're bringing them here, and they won't fight against it because this is not their land to begin with. So they've nothing to fight for. What they have to fight for is what they've been brought here for, and that's to build the new next Ireland, basically. They're their new slaves. You'll find them working in the data centers, you'll find them working in lots of the hospitals, you'll find them working in the whole state system basically. So anyone, they're bringing in to these iPass centres, that's the next plantation, and that's who you're seeing as their security to come and take your houses, to come and take your land. Basically is what's happening. And how do you stop this? It's never been stopped before. This is the fourth industrial revolution. This is the fourth and last time they plan on doing this. So this is our last chance to stop this. Or it's finished forever, So, the Irish, you have activists out there, and they're not talking about biodigital convergence or the AI of Ireland. you know, the digital wallet. A lot of their family, they're working for them. If you dig a little bit deeper into these people that they have pushed there at the forefront as the next government, everyone's heavily involved here. And it's the same few people that have been speaking out for the last few years, and we're the ones that are getting the abuse time after time. And all they have is our looks at this point, like, because the information we're putting out there is factual. So they get angry and they just go after your looks or your character. Like they have done for years. They just make shit up about you. And shit sticks, doesn't it? And people believe it instead of questioning it. And that's why we're in the mess that we're in today. Because people's beliefs, they're going to destroy you all. They really are. It's Babylon control. It's Hollywood mind control. It's news media control. Political mind control. Get under your skin, stop them in your thin. But the big victim in this emblem of glitter